The storm wasn't supposed to hit until midnight. By the time I realized the forecast was wrong, the sky had already turned a violent shade of gray, and the sea beneath us was anything but calm. "Ethan, turn us back," she said, her voice sharp but controlled. I tightened my grip on the wheel. "We're already heading in. The engine's struggling. I don't think we'll outrun this." My boss, Victoria Hale, didn't panic easily. She was known for her composure, her precision, her ability to dominate any room she walked into. But out here, miles from shore, with waves rising higher by the second, even she couldn't pretend everything was under control. Lightning split the sky, then the engine died. Silence, brief and terrifying, was swallowed by the roar of the storm. "You've got to be kidding me," she muttered. I tried the ignition again. Nothing. "We need to anchor." A massive wave crashed against the side of the boat, nearly knocking us both off balance. "Forget the anchor," I said. "We're abandoning ship." Her eyes snapped to mine. "You're serious?" "Very." Another wave hit harder this time. That was all the convincing she needed. Minutes later, we were struggling into life jackets as the boat tilted dangerously. "Emergency raft," I shouted over the wind. Victoria grabbed onto my arm as the deck shifted beneath us. "If we don't make it, we will," I cut her off. "Stay with me." The next wave sent us into the freezing ocean. Everything went dark for a second. Then chaos. Cold, crushing cold. I fought my way to the surface, gasping for air, searching through the rain and darkness. "Victoria," I yelled. A flash of lightning revealed her a few feet away, struggling against the current. I swam toward her, grabbing her arm just as another wave threatened to pull her under. "I've got you," I said. Together, we managed to reach the emergency raft, pulling ourselves inside with what little strength we had left. The storm didn't stop, not for hours. By the time it finally passed, the world had gone eerily quiet. The sun rose slowly, revealing an endless stretch of ocean. No land, no boat, just us. Victoria sat across from me, soaked, exhausted, but alive. "Well," she said after a long silence, "this is not how I planned my week." Despite everything, I let out a dry laugh. "Same here." She looked at me, really looked at me, for the first time since we'd boarded that boat. "You saved my life," she said. "We saved each other." Her gaze softened, just slightly. That was new. Back at the office, Victoria Hale was untouchable. Cold, distant, untouchable. Out here, she was human. The first day passed slowly. We rationed the emergency supplies, water, a few energy bars, a flare gun. "Rescue teams will find us," I said. "They better," she replied. But there was a flicker of doubt in her eyes. By nightfall, the temperature dropped sharply. The ocean breeze turned icy. Victoria wrapped her arms around herself, shivering. "This isn't sustainable," I said. "I'll manage." "You're already shaking." I said I'm fine. She wasn't. Another hour passed. The wind picked up again, colder now. Her teeth were chattering. Finally, she looked at me, her pride battling with reality. "Will you help me get warm?" she asked quietly. The question hung in the air. For a second, I wasn't sure how to respond. Then I moved closer, pulling one of the emergency blankets around both of us. "It's just body heat," I said, keeping my voice steady. "Of course," she replied, though her tone held something else. We sat there, close enough to feel each other's heartbeat, the warmth slowly returning. But something shifted, something unspoken. Morning came with a surprise. A ship, far in the distance. Victoria stood up instantly. "Do you see that?" "I do." I grabbed the flare gun, aiming. Carefully. "Come on," I muttered, pulling the trigger. The flare shot into the sky, bright and urgent. We watched as the ship continued moving. Then, it didn't stop. It kept going. "No," Victoria whispered. "They didn't see it," I said, though I wasn't sure if I believed it. Her shoulders slumped. That was our chance. Silence fell between us again. But this time, it was heavier. That night, everything changed. The raft shifted violently as something hit it from below. "What was that?" Victoria asked, her voice tense. I leaned over the edge, trying to see into the dark water. "Another impact. Stronger. Something's down there," I said. Her eyes widened. "You think?" The raft tilted again. "Stay still," I warned. For several long seconds, nothing happened. Then the water went still. Too still. Maybe it's gone, she said. Maybe. But neither of us believed it. The next day brought something unexpected. A floating container. It drifted toward us slowly, carried by the current. What is that? Victoria asked. I reached out carefully, pulling it closer. It was a waterproof emergency case. Inside, food, water, a satellite phone. Victoria stared at it in disbelief. This could save us. I turned the phone on. No signal, of course, but it was something. Hope. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Victoria spoke again. You're not what I expected, she said. I raised an eyebrow. In a good way, she nodded. At the office, you're quiet. Reserved. I never realized. What? How strong you are. I looked away for a moment. You don't get much choice out here. Maybe not, she said. But you didn't panic. You didn't give up. Her words hit differently than I expected. Neither did you, I replied. She smiled. Soft, genuine. Another first. But the biggest twist came on the fourth day. A helicopter. This time, closer, louder, real. They found us. Victoria shouted. I grabbed the flare gun again, firing it into the sky. The helicopter turned. It saw us. Relief flooded through me. This was it. We were going home. As the rescue team lowered a line, Victoria looked at me. This changes everything, she said. I frowned slightly. What do you mean? She hesitated. Out here, things were different. I nodded. They were. And when we get back, she continued, her voice softer now, we go back to who we were. The words felt heavier than they should have. Yeah, I said quietly. The line reached us. One by one, we were pulled up. As the raft drifted away beneath us, I realized something. We weren't just leaving the ocean behind. We were leaving whatever had started between us. Or so I thought. Because when we landed, when the chaos of rescue crews and questions finally settled, Victoria pulled me aside. Her expression was different, determined. We're not going back to how things were, she said. I blinked. We're not. No, she replied. Because I don't want to. My heart skipped. Victoria, out there, I saw you, she said. Not just as an employee. As someone I trust, someone I care about. The world seemed to pause for a moment. And I don't intend to ignore that. For the first time since the storm, I felt something stronger than fear. Hope. Maybe being stranded at sea hadn't just been survival. Maybe it had been the beginning of something neither of us had planned. Something real. And this time, we weren't letting it drift away.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.